The world was dying. The rivers had stopped flowing. The earth refused to bloom. The sky hung gray and lifeless. The 17 male Orishas, powerful gods sent by the Supreme Creator, had tried everything, and they had failed. Why? Because they had left her behind. This is the story of Oshun, the golden goddess who proved that true power doesn't need to shout. It just needs to flow. Welcome to Tales by Kim. Oshun, also called OSUN or Oxum, is one of the most beloved and powerful Orishas in Yoruba mythology. She is the goddess of fresh water, love, beauty, fertility, and prosperity. Her domain includes rivers, streams, and everything that flows with sweetness and abundance. The Yoruba people of West Africa, primarily in Nigeria and Benin, have honored Oshun for thousands of years. And today, millions across the African diaspora still call upon her name in Brazil, Cuba, Trinidad, and throughout the Americas. But Oshun is not just a goddess of beauty and romance. She is a warrior when she needs to be, a healer, a diplomat, and as you're about to discover, she is absolutely essential to creation itself. To understand why, we need to go back to the beginning. In the beginning, Olodumare, the supreme god, the Almighty, looked down from the heavens and saw only water and mist where the earth should be. He called upon the Orishas, the divine spirits who serve as intermediaries between the Creator and humanity. Go, Olodumare commanded. Shape the earth. Create land where there is water. Plant seeds where there is barrenness. Give form to my vision. 17 Orishas descended from the heavens, ready to fulfill this sacred task. There was Obatala, the creator of human forms. Ogun, the god of iron and technology. Shango, the powerful lord of thunder. And 14 others, each with their own gifts, their own power. But there was one Orisha they deliberately left behind. Oshun, the only female Orisha among them. She is too delicate, they said. This is work for the strong, they reasoned. What does beauty know about building worlds? And so, while Oshun remained in the heavens, the 17 male Orishas descended to create the earth. They were confident. They were powerful. They were wrong. The Orishas worked tirelessly. Obatala is molded clay. Ogun forged tools. Shango called lightning to crack the sky. But nothing worked. The seeds they planted refused to grow. The rivers they dug remained dry. The land they shaped crumbled back into chaos. Days turned to weeks. Weeks turned to months. No matter what they tried, creation remained stuck, lifeless, barren, incomplete. Frustrated and exhausted, the 17 Orishas returned to Olodumare's palace. Great Creator, they said, bowing low. We have failed. The earth will not come to life. We do not understand what went wrong. Olodumare looked at them, these 17 powerful gods, and asked a simple question. Where is Oshun? Silence. The Orishas shifted uncomfortably. We did not think she was necessary, great Olodumare. The Supreme Creator's voice was calm but firm. You tried to create without the feminine. You tried to bring life without the one who is life. Nothing can be born, nothing can grow, nothing can thrive without balance. Without Oshun, there is no creation. The Orishas realized their terrible mistake. They had excluded the very force that makes all things possible. The Orishas went to Oshun. They bowed before her, these mighty gods of thunder and iron and war, and they asked for her forgiveness. Sister, they said, we were foolish. We were arrogant. The world needs you. Will you help us? Oshun could have refused. She could have held on to her anger and let them continue failing. But that is not the way of Oshun. She smiled, that knowing smile, and she descended to the earth with them. Where the male Orishas had used force, Oshun used flow. Where they had commanded, she danced. Where they had demanded, she sweetened. Oshun moved across the barren land like water finding its path. She danced, and where her feet touched the ground, rivers began to flow. She sang, and the seeds deep in the earth remembered how to grow. She poured honey onto the cracked soil, and it became fertile. She brushed her golden hands across the gray sky, and it bloomed into blue. She called to the feminine energy of the universe, the energy of nurturing, of creativity, of life itself, and creation answered her. The earth came alive. Flowers burst from the ground in riots of color. Trees stretched their branches toward the sun. Rivers rushed and bubbled with crystal-clear water. Animals emerged from the forests. Birds filled the air with song. And finally, Humanity was ready to be born. Creation was complete. Not because of power alone, not because of strength alone, but because of balance. Because masculine and feminine energies worked together. Because they finally included the goddess they should. To this day, Oshun is honored as one of the most important and beloved Orishas. Her sacred number is 5. You'll see it repeated in her worship. 5 yellow candles, 5 rivers that bear her name, 5 pieces of gold jewelry. Her sacred colors are gold, yellow, and amber. The colors of honey, of sunlight on water, of prosperity and joy. Her symbols include the mirror, representing self-love and reflection. Honey, sweetness, attraction, diplomacy. Peacock feathers, beauty and pride. Gold jewelry, abundance and worth. The river, flow, adaptability, life itself. Her sacred animals are the peacock and the vulture. Yes, the vulture, because Oshun knows that beauty and transformation can come from unexpected places. In Nigeria, the Osun River is sacred to her, and thousands of pilgrims visit the Osun Sacred Grove each year, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, to honor her. Across the African diaspora, Oshun lives on. In Brazil, she is Oxum of Candomblé. In Cuba, she is Okan of Santeria. In Trinidad, Haiti, and beyond, her rivers still flow. When devotees honor Oshun, they bring offerings of honey, oranges, yellow flowers, cinnamon, and pumpkins. They wear gold and yellow. They dance by rivers and ask for her blessings in love, fertility, prosperity, and healing. But they also ask for something deeper: the strength to be soft, the courage to flow rather than force, the wisdom to know that true power is not always loud. It's a lesson for right now. For today, how many times have we tried to create something, a project, a relationship, a dream, using only force and strategy, forgetting the softer elements that actually make things grow? How often do we exclude the Oshuns in our lives, the gentle voices, the nurturing energy, the feminine wisdom, because we think power only looks one way? Oshun teaches us that femininity is not weakness, it is essential power. Rivers don't conquer mountains by force. They flow around them, over them, through them. And eventually, rivers carve canyons that even mountains must bow to. Exclusion leads to failure. When we leave people out because of gender or any other reason, we rob ourselves of the very gifts we need to succeed. Sweetness is a strategy. Oshun didn't force creation to obey her. She sweetened it. She made it want to grow. Sometimes honey works better than a hammer. Balance is everything. Masculine and feminine. Strength and gentleness. Action and flow. Creation requires both. The male Orishas learned this lesson the hard way. The question is, will we? Oshun's rivers still flow today, through the sacred groves of Nigeria, through the temples of Brazil and Cuba, through the prayers of millions who call her name, and through the lesson she gave us thousands of years ago. True power flows. It doesn't force. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Tell me, what part of Oshun's story speaks to you most? Have you heard of Oshun before? Or is this your first time learning about her? Which African deity should I cover next on Mythology Monday? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep this conversation flowing, just like Oshun's rivers. If you're new to Tales by Kim, welcome home. Hit that subscribe button and join our storytelling circle. New mythology every Monday. New folktales every week. The ancestors are calling. Will you answer? I'm Kim, and I'll see you in the next story.